Well, it's the first day of All Stars 2018 with coverage presented by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Caps, who was on my show earlier, Hotline League, but I'm talking to you again twice in one day. This is crazy.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Well, talk to me a little bit about All Stars for you so far. You lost to North America. That must have been tough.
Yeah, I mean, we did get the double kill bot lane, but of course, like AD carry is very bad right now in the meta, so I couldn't carry the game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what it is. It's the meta that made you lose.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I think that's what Korea was saying after Worlds. They're like, yeah, it's just the meta. It's just not good. But what was it like for you to play in this? Because the fun thing I know every year about All Stars is you get to play on like a lineup of different people than you normally play on.
It was really fun. Talking with different people like in the stage environment was really fun, especially because Norway was his first time. Like, I mean, not on stage, but like he played like German tournaments, right? But it was first time on stage at All Stars, you could say, and I don't want to say pro team because like they played in EU Masters, which is also pro league, but yeah. And he was playing a role that he was like never played before, and I was playing like a role I hadn't played before, so it was like really fun. Yeah. That's what it's about, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because this year, like, right, every year is like, well, people didn't like that fun one, so we're going to make a serious All Stars. And they do the serious All Stars, and they're like, never mind, we want the fun one. It rotates back and forth all the time. Last year, I know some of the competitors were kind of disappointed that it was in the NALC studio, that it felt kind of serious, so they had prepared. What do you think of this year's format and sort of the Vegas situation? Like, how are you enjoying that aspect of it?
So it's kind of weird because I always used to think like it was the most competitive would be the more fun.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because like I barely had any break all year, so it's like I want to have a bit relaxed before next season. But I actually enjoyed this. I really like the fact that like there's some new modes like the Earth and Nexus splits and stuff like this, and I actually really enjoyed playing off role. I think it's like it was so different because I'm used to playing on stage for like mid lane, and I'm playing off AD carry suddenly, and it was a very different feeling. So that was really really fun.
So you're telling me you're a mid laner and you just played AD carry and you're kind of like, that was kind of fun. This sounds familiar. Potentially, is there a world where we suddenly see like Perks go back to mid and now you're ADC?
I mean, I'm not going to league anything, but like he's also a mid laner, so.
Yeah. Easy swap. Actually, that would be super fun if you guys just go back and forth in those roles. Speaking of G2, I know we talked about it a little bit on the show earlier, so I don't want to, if you guys haven't seen Hotline League, check it out. Caps is on it. But one of the things that I think is kind of fun, and I've been thinking about this, is G2 has always been like the bad boy brand, You, I think, have this kind of wholesome look. You now ditched Fnatic, and you got all these Fnatic fans pissed at you. Now you're on like the bad boy team. Do you feel like you're going to embrace that brand at all? You're going to be like, haha, I left Fnatic, and now I'm here to stomp them.
I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I basically love it what came down to it. Like, obviously, G2 was like a big org, right? And I'm talking with like the Ocelot and some of the staff. It actually sounds like a better org than I initially thought.
Okay.
So I'm really excited to play with them. But what I really want to play was like with the roster because I'm really hyped for our roster. I think we can do a lot of stuff, and especially with what G2 is now offering us, it sounds like we can go far.
Okay, cool. So looking forward to that. What other changes in the offseason have you enjoyed in Europe? Like, are there any teams? In North America, we got Golden Guardians, who suddenly looks way better than they were before. Are there any interesting teams for you? Anything that's going to be like a fun narrative or teams that you're interested in seeing how they do?
I think it's really nice that there's so many new rookie mids because I think at least one of them is like, I mean, I guess one of them, like, all of them can be like bad, but I think one of them is bound to be a good mid laner, right? And especially just how much work they'll put into into league, right? And I think they look motivated, so I hope they will perform really well and I can learn stuff from them. Which I think can improve on my international performance.
Are there any teams that are particularly interesting to you? I think we talked about this a little bit on Hotline earlier, but just kind of curious.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, obviously I want to play Fnatic, right? That's like an obvious one, right? But I think Misfits look pretty hyped. I mean, I remember on Hotline League, I think Marx was saying that Origin was like a bit overhyped, but I actually think Misfits is a bit overhyped.
Oh, really?
But
I feel like they're such a fascinating, like they've created such an interesting roster.
Yeah, I think so as well. But I think people are hyping them a bit too much because I mean that's just my gut feeling, right? And I think we're gonna maybe they're gonna perform well, right? We never know. But I think they're getting hyped a bit too much.
Do you think it's going to be G2 and Fnatic then competing for first and second?
That's a hard one. I think I mean, I think G2 is, let's say it like this, I think we will be competing for first.
Okay.
And then as to like what all the other teams, it's kind of like, the thing is there's so many new teams which could, like we should probably not judge them as like that good because we haven't seen anything, right? So that's a bit of a question mark. Then there's a lot of teams that look really good. Yeah, like there's a lot of teams that look really good, and rather like Vitality, Origin, Misfits, or Fnatic will end up being the team that improves a lot during the split. Yeah. We will just have to see.
Well, bringing it back to All-Stars, I want you to get your opinion on this jersey, because I saw you guys up on stage, and I am. It's an interesting look. Do you like the jersey?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool jersey. Okay. I mean, obviously, I'm not a designer, so okay. I'm not gonna say anything else. But but it's like, it looks like pretty fancy, and I feel like it gives the impression I've gotten of Las Vegas out, at least, where it's like really flashy.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. I will not shit talk the jersey then, as I was planning on doing. I was hoping you'd be like, yeah, I don't know about it, but actually I agree, it's great. We'll go with what Cap said. It's great. What have you had a chance to like really partner up with anybody? Because it's really fun whenever all the pro players and now influencers at these events kind of like hang out with each other. Are there any like cool people you've been chilling with and having a good time with?
Yeah, I actually talked a lot with Jisuke here, which like I never actually talked with him before really. So that's kind of interesting. So I've been talking like mostly with him, I would say. Other than that, I've basically been talking with like all the EU and NA players, and then some other players from other regions, right? But I would say I mean talk with Jisuke actually. Yeah.
Talk to me about the 2v2. Yeah, I mean, how's that? What do you think?
Well, we won, so we're gonna play against Faker next. I'm pretty sure. That's gonna be interesting.
Well, and you've wanted to play against Faker in the past, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I really want to play against Faker, but I don't really think the 2v2 All Stars counts. But I'm definitely hyped for the match anyway, right? I think it's gonna be like hard match, but at the same time, I feel like we have something going on. Like we have a pretty good understanding of like what we want to do. So we're gonna win.
Very easy. Okay, great. You're gonna beat Faker. I don't even have to watch that one. Any thoughts on the preseason meta and all the stuff that's going on there? Are you excited about it? Is it frustrating? What are your thoughts?
Well, so I'm gonna be honest. Like I didn't play that much, right? Because I said, this is like the only break I got all year. So I didn't play like that much solo queue. But what I played was actually really fun. And I know everyone is complaining about it. I know everyone's saying like it's so bad and they just want preseason to be over. Yeah. But I actually really liked when I played, because like I really like the new changes with the turrets. And I mean, Nico seems fun, like what I played of her so far. And then I played Love AD Carry with Mickey, our new support, right? Yeah. And it was just really fun, you know. We were just playing bot lane. Oh, I played bot lane with Offset as well. He was playing support for me.
You're spending so much time in the bot lane. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, bot lane is actually a really fun role. So but we lost because bot lane didn't have impact, but it's a fun role. Okay. All
right, very good. That's good to know. Any final thoughts here? Anything you're planning on doing in Vegas or anything like that?
Play League.
Play League.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, the games don't start until 4 every day. I don't know what you're doing beforehand. I don't know if you're just eating good food, or I guess it's too cold to go to the pool or anything like that. But
well, today I was on Hotline League.
Yes, you were on Hotline League. That is true. Did you get a chance to go golfing out there? Did you do like the driving range stuff?
Yeah, it was first time golfing. Yeah. I mean, it was not really golf, right?
No, it's like driving. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, but I think I shot like 7 shots or something like this, and I got goal in like 4 of them.
Oh, see.
And one of them was like a bit not the closest one, so not bad.
Yeah, I mean, you should maybe bot lane, golfing. There's so many new avenues and skills that you're realizing. All right, anything that you want to say to any of the fans out there, especially any of them that are hating on you lately?
Well, I mean, it's pretty understandably like if people are mad at me, right? Because it looks like we had everything with Fnatic, and everyone really loves Fnatic always. So the fact that I leave like when we were doing so well obviously frustrates a lot of people. But I'm really, really hyped for what we can do with G2, because at the end of the day, I just want to win, right? And I believe we can go all the way with G2.
Well, hey, thank you so much for the interview, Caps. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things All-Stars right here on my YouTube channel. Hey, thanks so much for watching that interview. Really want to give a shout out to U.GG as well as Alienware for sponsoring my coverage of this event. And you might notice something. I'm watching with a pal of mine. He's kind of engaged in the game right now. Otherwise, I'd hit him up and ask him to talk to me. I do want to let you know about a special giveaway we are doing right now. You can win a laptop, a monitor, a backpack over on this link that's right below. That's a deal I'm doing with Alienware right now. The M15, one of the things we're giving away, it's a computer that Broden and I both use. And if you win it, you could end up being like an all-star like this gent, watching this game, and maybe performing on stage like this guy, who is definitely Faker and not somebody else.